Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Too Drunk to Hunt.
Too drunk to hunt.
Too Drunk to Hunt. This game, if you've never played it, is a computer game. So let's continue on. This is Peepo. This is Peepo. We're in Alaska right now. We're in the.
He's got a big head.
In the Yukon. He has got a big head, but it's full of smelling equipment.
Olfactory mass.
Olfactory mass, which is actually also Jack's band.
Yeah, we're actually a Finnish death metal band.
It's based on the time you met a smelly priest.
At the moment, we're looking for wolves.
Creatures, wolves, yes, mostly wolves.
Any creatures really, but anything with 4 legs will do.
Except Peepo. We need him. If you've never played a computer game before, you need Peepo to sniff the blood because when you shoot things, they bleed sometimes.
Yeah, and you have to exsanguinate the creature.
You have to collect the meat. If you continue watching this video for the next few hours, you may witness this.
You may.
But basically, what we found out, this game, the point of this game is to get about a few beers in and then walk side by side through the woods where you talk about films from the 80s and stuff at the top of your lungs and scare off all of the beasts.
Yeah, that's the secret too. That's what they do in America. That's what they do. That's what hunting is. That's not actually shooting animals.
Most people don't actually ever shoot an animal. It's like fishing. They're just like, let's go drink 16 cans of beer by the lake and fall asleep in our trucks while our wives aren't there.
Did you have a good hunting trip, dear?
What? My head's killing me. Yeah, they just buy some steaks on the way back and like, look at this. had to butcher it out in the wild because it was so big.
Shot this with my own fair rifle.
Yeah. You forgot to bring your gun. I borrowed Lenny Henry's rifle. Yeah.
Martini Henry's.
Martini. Look at that sightline, man. We
need to find something to actually shoot through the sightline.
Peel the whiskers off a peanut with this kind of visibility.
You can peel the whiskers off a possum 20 paces.
Oh man, yeah, we could. This I don't know. Also, another fun fact about computer games: you can go to up to 6 different places in computer games. In this exact computer game, you can go to snow.
Yeah, the snow world, grass world,
American poor people's swamp.
Yep.
Africa
world. Yeah.
Rancho Coronado, which has pumas. The German one.
The German one that no one likes, yeah.
Yeah, the ground's too crunchy in Germany.
Don't launch a ground war in Germany because the ground's too crunchy.
So at least not a sneaky one. If you're going to go in, go full blitzkrieg.
Yeah,
that's why blitzkrieg originated in Germany, because there's no way to sneak there because the ground's so crunchy.
We would sneak, but the ground is just too crunchy.
Yeah, all the training grounds were in Germany, and they're like, how are you supposed to sneak in this shit? Oh, mate, I was reading a book about commandos, SAS, being dropped in to help French resistance. That was really good, man. I enjoyed that book. And what I didn't know is after the war, did you know about this? Hitler personally introduced an order called the Commando Order. In German, it would have been something different. But it said that any paratroopers caught were to be treated like spies, even if they were in full uniform, and to be executed rather than kept as prisoners of war.
That's a war crime.
Yep, one of the many. And
Wolf
howling. To the left. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
There was a literal, full-on howling. Oh, wait, no, I'm in Scotland. It might have been in real life. Wait.
Aren't they reintroducing wolves?
I did hear it to the left, but I think they should, because it would keep down the numbers of people drinking Brookfast in the tunnel in my house.
There's loads of rewilding things going on. They're going to reintroduce...
That's good. Beavers and stuff as well. I know they did that ages ago, beavers.
I think they want to do red deer.
Yeah, I did hear some wolves to the left. I think we should go left. Because
it was west.
It was so close that. What was I saying before?
Paratroopers.
The book, yeah, and a war crime. They were killing them, and it was based on all of the journals and stuff of the people who survived this raid.
Yeah.
And the Germans were doing this thing where they captured some radio kind of stuff, and they were tricking people, tricking the British Secret Service into dropping supplies for the resistance in places where they knew they were going to be.
Okay.
So they'd be entrapping the resistance at the same time as killing the resistance and collecting all of the items. And one time they were doing that.
Collecting all the items.
Yeah, all the items they airdropped in, like all of the Sten and all of the secret explosives and stuff. So at the time it was a big deal because they had technology. Where they were dropping in technology that was like the next tech level up for the espionage, you know.
Yeah.
So once again, computer game in it, but you know what I mean.
It's a good analogy.
But then they dropped in these paratroopers, and obviously the Germans were waiting. The SS as well, fucking nasty bastards. Well, before they dropped in, they talked about one of the successful raids they did, and it was fucking sick. Like they got in, they did have to stab some poor Germans in the back that were guarding the trainway. But what they did is they blew up all of these ammunition dumps. They blew up this ammunition train, and this was a couple of days before D-Day. And they stopped a third of the fucking gear getting up there, and there was commandos doing this. You can see that's why Hitler was like, we need to deter this shit. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why they invented the Sten gun, isn't it? Because it's a simple, very it's a shit. It's a shit.
And they could suppress the shit out of it as well. They also had the OSS invented this 45 caliber carbine rifle with a massive suppressor on it that was next to silent, because 45 caliber is subsonic, so it doesn't make the secondary crack that rifles do. So if it's suppressed, it can be as loud as dropping a printer onto a pile of leaves. So yeah, that's a universal measurement of sound.
Throwing a hedgehog at a wall.
Yeah. So loud enough to someone to go, did someone just throw a hedgehog at a wall? But not loud enough to go I'm under fire. But but they got this first train, but then obviously they landed, and a lot of them got shot, and most of them got captured though. 2 of them died in the gunfight when they landed, and the Nazis took them off, and they took them and interrogated them. They beat the shit out of them, didn't feed them, tortured them.
Wolves, mating call.
Right. Yeah.
Dead west.
They're just over that ridge. Let's go quietly over. Yeah, but they I'm whispering. But yeah, they were torturing him and all that kind of shit, and it's sad as well because he said that they were using Russian prisoners of war who were given the choice of you're going to die or you're going to work for us. So what are you going to choose? And they were using them as prison guards and labourers and stuff like that. And
I wonder how many chose death.
Quite a few, I bet. But, but I don't know if I'd be brave enough to. But these prisoner guys. But the thing is, he was sound, and he'd let them sneak out the cell and talk to each other and stuff. You know. He was letting them not collaborate as much as possible. And a nice thing as well, they were right next to this monastery for nuns.
Yeah.
And they'd write things on cardboard boards and hold them up to the windows for the prisoners inside next door to see, and they'd write things like our hearts are with you and be strong and stuff, because they knew that they were.
In that situation, that would actually really help.
Yeah, he said it filled him with complete I can do this, you know. And they all made several escape attempts then, but none of them succeeded. And then they got told, we're going to exchange you for prisoners in Sweden in a neutral ground. We're going to exchange you for some German agents, and you're going to be free. And they're like, okay. A lot of them. There we go again. There's another noise.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of them thought, nah, that's bollocks. But one of them, he was the leader. He was like, no, they wouldn't lie like that. There's rules of war and all this, you know. and you could hear the mustache and the things he said, you know. And he said, let's not try and escape right now. Because they did a night when they all had their handcuffs undone, and they were like, should we call in a guard, kill him, and just make a go for it now, or shall we just wait and see if they exchange us, you know?
Yeah.
So they took them all off to get exchanged. They decided, you know, because one of them was wounded as well, and they were like, if one of us is going to escape, all of us is going to escape. That was the way they seen it.
Yeah, of course, yeah, because you build a camaraderie.
Yeah. Like,
sure, I think.
And they all got taken away, and they were saying we're on our way to Sweden or whatever. But then there was some red flags. They were going in the wrong direction. It was the middle of the night and stuff. And then they stopped in this random clearing, and they were getting led off. And one of them said to one of them, "He was like, you're going to shoot us, aren't you?" And he was like, "Well, of course we're going to shoot you." And they get led into this clearing. And the first clearing they get led into, the guy goes, "Nah, this place isn't right. Someone might see," because they obviously know that this is a war crime. They don't want anyone seeing it, and they take them off again, and they change them into civilian clothing before this as well. They force them
to make it less of a war crime.
Yeah, and then they move them on to the next area, and then the leader, he was very badly wounded. Like, he had a broken spine and broken leg, and he was being held along. And what he said is, he went under his breath. He goes, "Boys." Like, they knew he wasn't, in a way that they knew he wasn't going to make it anyway, and he just said, "I'll distract them. When I say now, go." That was the only the only advice they got given. And the way they trained the SAS in the back, like right in its initial conception, was completely self-sufficient and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? All their training was, you've got to get from the top of Scotland to the bottom of. Can you see the walls over there? They're like, you've got to get to the.
I'm going to tag some.
Yeah. You got to get to the top of Scotland to like the bottom of wherever without getting spotted, And
we're going to take a shot from there.
Yeah, you get the. Let's just fucking go for it. 3, 2, 1, go. We definitely got 2, but now we can start the harrying. This game's
the thrill of the hunt.
Yeah.
They used to do that, like in Dog Soldiers. They do that training where it's just like, you are against the enemy team and you have to make it to here.
Yeah. That's
survival training.
They hated the SAS back in the day because of the way they were. They didn't think it was gentlemanly. But yeah, these guys, right? They're about to get shot. He says now. There's 7 of them surviving at this point, right?
Yeah.
5 die instantly. They're gunned down to pieces. At the time, these guys don't know because they all take a run for it, obviously. They get separated. 2 of them manage to get separated together and make their way back to the UK, like, covertly. And one of them manages to link up with the French resistance. He's one of the ones that can speak French. And he is with the resistance for the rest of the war, and he does a lot of fucking Nazi ambushes. He teaches all the resistance how to use the explosives and stuff, because that was where they were getting dropped in to be like military advisors pretty much to the resistance.
Okay, yeah.
But then the other 2, the other one, he had like a wild fucking time getting back and shit. No, the other one was the one who joined and the other 2 were the one who got away, but then they ended up getting dropped in again after D-Day, and they like finished the war and everything. But then at the end, the SAS were pissed off because of this commando order they found out about, and they set up a special team of people to hunt down all of the Gestapo responsible and bring him in for war crime charges.
Fantastic.
And unlike, when the Israelis just assassinated him, they literally brought him in for the war crime charges. Like, they didn't beat him up, they didn't lure themselves to be like the Nazis, which I think is really cool. And they caught every single fucking one of them except one, which was protected by the British government because they needed him for espionage stuff. Like, how bad is that? They let him get away with it so they could do like an Operation Paperclip with him. But that was the whole book summed up a bit, basically.
It sounds really interesting.
Yeah. Once again, it's like a kind of thing I thought you'd find interesting too. Oh, look, we both hit Olgan.
Oh, okay, so this one was me.
Yeah.
Flesh, left lung, right lung.
Lovely job.
That's what you want.
That was... Oh, no.
Okay, you're going to have to use Pipa for that one.
There's some blood up here.
Oh, okay, you got it.
I don't know if I got it good, though. But there you go, there's a complete pointless story. I forgot, I'm recording that as well, so...
So, yeah, there you go, spoilers for the book, by the way.
Yeah, I reviewed a book on the first episode of Too Drunk to Hunt. Well, apparently we're not. Because here's my boy. Oh, yeah, here he comes. Well, that means we also won't be able to harry them now, because they both died too quickly, because we were just... These 7mm are... Oh, look at his face, he's like...
Oh, he's scrunging.
He's like, oh my god. It's fucking...
Oh.
Right, where'd I get him? Oh my god, that was an awful shot. It went behind his right front leg as he turned slightly. I think he was reacting to the first gunshot because I was aiming at his side.
And
then he turned to look over his shoulder and it went under his leg and went right through the flesh.
There's more. There's more wolves to the northwest this way.
Oh, let's fuck them up.
Just heard them.
Yeah, that book was good though. But this fucking Tibet book so far, a bit dry. As you can imagine. It's helping me.
Yeah, well, it's just correspondence, isn't it? I've been reading. The Flight of the Eisenstein, that Horus Heresy book.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, it's about the which ones are they? Death Guard.
Oh, they're the special forces, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they were. They were just like dealt with radioactive, biological, chemical environments, stuff like that. Which is why they got involved with Nurgle and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And it's happening just as the bombing of Isfahan 5, is it? Yeah. And when they launch that virus bomb and then ignite the atmosphere just to take down all the
that's
loyalists down there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's I was reading on holiday and it's actually it is good. Some of it's quite well written.
I remember it's not, one of the
obviously high art, but it's good.
I like Dan Abnett ones. I like the one when they're talking about those arachnid aliens on Murder 5 or whatever the planet's called.
Yeah,
and they like can cut a Space Marine's head off in a split second. Because I like it because how they introduce Space Marines initially is them fighting against like a guard regiment that's gone rogue or whatever, and they're just wiping them out without taking a single loss. So when they actually do start dying, it makes you realise like the humans aren't the problem.
It's really well constructed. Yeah, the Dan Abnett is really good.
He understands the thing, but still, my favourite ones I've read are the Cappius Kane books. I find them so funny.
I haven't read anything.
And they're really good to the subject matter as well. Like you should totally buy the omnibuses of them, mate. They are so funny and fun. Like I would.
Hey, you don't need to buy them if you've already got them on your ebook.
Oh yeah, just fucking grab them, mate. Grab them and.
I've already got them.
Yeah, read them.
Oh, they went this way.
Oh, yeah, they're
southwest.
Really good. They're really good. But you should also play that Martyr game. It'll be fun. You should.
Yeah, I'll look for a key. I can't believe it was on sale like yesterday and then not today. That's a shame.
It was just for 2 days. That's why I was trying to talk that girl into getting it, and I was like, "I'll buy it for you," because she brought me down to Star, and she's like, "Nah, sorry, I'll buy it."
Oh, what a lady!
Yeah, we gotta be careful if people don't let you buy them things. Usually means they're actually aliens. Because, like, come on.
Generally speaking, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to go for a piss again. Shit. Okay. Right, you
well,
find the wall.
I'll tell you what. That's a good ending spot for our first episode of Too Drunk to Hunt, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, right, I'll do it.
Like, do a little the call. Yeah. I'll do one for you. Okay. Right. Not as a bit less dramatic, but
a little bit less, but right, okay.
Wait, yeah, that's the one you need to do. The big honker. Oh, we're attracting something over there.
Right, I'm gonna call.
All right then.
I'm gonna go for a piss.
Thank you for tuning in, nobody.
We'll see you next time for more book reviews and bad animal shooting.
Toodaloo.
Bye.